more companies, I should. Today I'm calling on more companies, I should say, in the private sector to step up with vaccine requirements that'll reach millions more people. If you're a business leader, a nonprofit leader, a state or local leader who has been waiting for full FDA approval to require vaccinations, I call on you now to do that. Require it. Do what I did last month. Require your employees to get vaccinated or face strict requirements. Today I'm calling on more companies, I should say, in the private sector to step up with vaccine requirements that'll reach millions more people. If you're a business leader, a nonprofit leader, a state or local leader who has been waiting for full FDA approval to require vaccinations, I call on you now to do that. Require it. Do what I did last month. Require your employees to get vaccinated or face strict requirements.
Alright, Shalom, Akim. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rakah Kudash. I like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I like to say Shalom to the elect that's teaching His word in all true faith and sincerity. And yeah, today I just want to title this lesson Draco, because as you can see, today they have fully approved that thing, man, which entails now is required, which that's what Biden pushed, which required is just a softer way of saying mandatory. Do this or else, pretty much. And you seeing this man and his bitter weeping, his bitter crying, and his playing out through his laws, his legislations, his rhetoric, and his media, man. But niggas gonna find out the hard way that the so-called white man's the devil. At the end of it, they gonna find out this man the devil, especially one that know about this truth. Because the ones that are circumcised, pretty much taking it light, man. You have the other Israelite counts try to is not even entertaining this. Just the thing itself, the word mandatory being thrown around it. And it's centered around this, and it's really centered around the unjabbed too as well, man. And niggas don't gonna find that out the hard way when these laws being pushed more and more. When you start seeing concentration camps popping up, you get that knock at the door. You know what I mean? Telling you gotta come in the name of health. You know what I mean? But they're gonna find out the hard way the so-called white man's devil. Let's get this. This is 1 Peter 4:17. For the time is come. See? That judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And that's talking about the ones that's of the circumcised, that know they are Israelites. Judgment is gonna begin there first because, number one, ultimately it starts mentally. The Lord have revealed unto us His plots, plans, and purposes. And you know who judges you. You know when any type of adversity come upon you, you know who's behind that. It's Yahweh Shai. So how much more when things happen on a bigger scale? When these certain restrictions come and you gotta, go through certain things. It said, and if it begin at us, what shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel? Or it tells you that we being chastised so we won't be condemned with the world. So the judgment comes to us first. We go through certain things. We be reproved. That's why I say we judge ourselves. We shall not be judged. So we get reproved by brothers, and so you won't be judged with the world. That's why I said if it begin at us, where shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? So to let you know, the gospel was presented unto them, but they did not obey it. Yeah, they know they Israel. Yeah, they know they Israel. They know about the friends. They got the lingo, but they ain't obeying. They ain't applying. They ain't walking their walk. It's just a lot of niggas that just know about the truth. At the end of the day, they ain't in it. But the point is, What's gonna happen at the end when Esau is being let loose, man? Matter of fact, it said, and if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? See? So meaning what the Lord's gonna give them to the teeth of the devil, man. To Esau Edom. But you seeing now, the devil himself, the so-called white man, is showing his horns, man. You know, just like Biden said, you've been waiting on this fully approved thing. Now it's here. Now go get it. And you see the nigga eyes when he said today. Because he knows, you know, tells they know they got a date. They know they have a short time. You know? But let's get this real quick. Revelation 13, verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming out of the earth. And this is talking about America. And he had 2 horns like a lamb. And he spake as a dragon. See? So, dealing with this beast, he had 2 horns like a lamb, dealing with, you know, the two political parties, which is Democrat and the Republicans. Was this the same that Roman system that's once again revived, that the plebeians and the patricians, which they present themselves as for the people. You have Republicans, they pick certain things that catch, you know, the people, you know, attention. Same thing with the Democrats, they present certain things as beneficial unto the people. It says, but he spake as a dragon. So meaning what? When you hear this nigga talk, dealing with his laws and his legislations being passed forth, they're draconian laws, which meaning harsh and, you know, severe laws, man, which is only going to intensify. Because it is a harsh law. If I can't go into the grocery store and get water because I don't want a shot, you gonna fire me because I don't want that thing, you know. And it's only gonna get worse. It's gonna get to the point where, which is already on the books now, where they're justified and coming in your homes and, you know, pretty much laying you down. They can come without a warrant. You know what I mean? You know, you might have a luxury of going into a concentration camp, but they don't have orders to lay the whole house down. See, that's what's coming, man. And this was on the books. You know? This is what's on the books, man. But since it's now fully approved, you finna see this nigga go in, man. The so-called white man, the devil himself. Matter of fact, I think it's Psalm 52. Psalms 52 and 2. Thy tongue deviseth mischief. See? And when you go into the word mischief, one of those words is trouble. You know, another one is dealing with a child doing, you know, mischievous things as well. And that's the so-called even the devil himself, nigga, writing laws thinking that, and he presented as something that's gonna help the people, but really he waging war on you, man. It says like a sharp razor working deceitfully, see, because that's what this man do. It tells he's continually gathered together for war, man. That's one thing this man do. He had the war on terrorism, you know, the war on drugs. Now he got the war on the thing. But somebody have to play that part, which is you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Natives, you know? Especially you Negro, Latinos, and Natives. And within that, the one that know they're Israelites, you know? This who this man's really gonna get, man. You know? It says, thou lovest evil more than good. Yeah, the so-called white man loves evil more than good, man. He loves bad times, the way he can present his form of a solution. It says, in lying rather to speak righteousness, Salah, see? And that's the MO of this man. You know? That's that's what he's all about. Matter of fact, I think that's really his right hand is the right hand of falsehood. Let's see if I can get that real quick. That's his strength. Lying. Yo, this is Psalm 144. I start at 9. It reads, I will sing a new song unto thee. Oh, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And that's what you're seeing now. This gospel being preached throughout the world. That's us singing that new song. You know? It says, upon a psaltery and upon an instrument of 10 strings will I sing praises unto thee. And that's ultimately going into the internet. You know? Going to playing well on the instrument. That's how we're singing unto Yahweh Shema Shai. This is how we glory in Yahweh Shema Shai. By putting out these lessons, man. It said, it is he that giveth salvation unto kings. And that lets you know Esau's not going to be saved in this situation. You know? This devil is not going to be preserved out of this, because there's plenty of times, you know, throughout history, you know, dealing with these kingdoms that came and went, people actually try to go kill the king, especially dealing with Esau Edom himself. You know, people concoct the plans to overthrow Rome, and you know what I mean. Even all the way up to this day, somebody trying to find that's outside is true. Trying to find a formula to overthrow the so-called white man, not knowing it's the Lord, you know, that's preserving this man to that appointed time. You know, but the real king is really the elect of the nation of Israel, man. That's who the Lord is going to give salvation to, man. It says, who delivereth David, see, his servant from the hurtful sword. Who is that? The so-called white man. That's who the Lord is going to deliver the house of David from. The hurtful sword. Esau Edom, so-called white man himself, man. You know? And Jake really don't know what's going on, man. Jacob's trouble is we here, man. We really in the beginning of it, man. And niggas don't know that. Niggas just waiting on man to come out of, you know, a basketball game will come on, some crazy shit, man. What he gonna put his fringes on next? They, you know, ain't foreseeing the evil to come. So what's gonna happen? Ultimately, they're gonna have to react, which means they're gonna fall apart when all hell break loose. Not knowing you didn't really know what it's about. You know, it says, rid me and deliver me from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speak of vanity, and their right hand is a right hand of falsehood. See? So this that man's strength. This is his strength. Lies, deception. But what's combating it? The truth, man. Having this understanding. But ultimately it's gonna be how by Shema Shai that's gonna deliver us from this man. You know, the stranger, it said, whose mouth speak of vanity. See? You don't think words. This man he probably be telling you something and you think it's all good. But you turn to page 932. Now you see the clause in the you see the clause in the laws. You know, you see somehow the military can be involved now. You know? Because it's nothing that's gonna profit you that this man do, man. Matter of fact, let's get that in the book of Ecclesiastes 14:7. It said, and if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly. See? That's that present himself as that lamb. Because it's a sinister plan behind everything this man do. There's nothing good that he do. Oh, it tells us there is none that doeth good. No, not one. Because they might say, yeah, well, the devil helped us with the Section 8 and all. Well, you can't have a man in the house. You know, you got to compromise certain things to get the perks of this man. What you compromising leads to death. It will, just like I said, the man leaving the house, you just messed up the infrastructure of the family now. You know? So you can't trust this nigga, man. And that's gonna be the downfall for a lot of our people. Trusting in this man, compromising themselves to continue in this society. You know? It says, and at the last, he will declare his wickedness. See, so meaning at the end of the day, he gonna show his horns. Till he's gonna change his countenance, meaning what them laws gonna be thrown in your face, man. You're gonna actually see Executive Order 3.48B, Ordinance 123 play out. Whatever, HR 6045, whatever, man. It's gonna play out when you see the military at your door. When you see these tanks patrolling the streets, roadblocks and shit everywhere, man. You being thrown in the concentration camp. You know what I mean? They visit you at your job. They get you from your job, man. See, it's gonna get real like that. Niggas ain't, But that's when you know the so-called white man, the devil. Then you gonna have to find out the hard way that nigga is Draco, that the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. You know. As a matter of fact, I end off on this. Oh no, it's Revelation. It's like Revelation 13. And I started at 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. See? And we seeing the image, is being pushed hard. This system, and you compromising and bowing down to it, is being pushed hard, man. That's why they pushing that thing so hard. They telling you to bow. It says, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And we see in the beginning stages of that before the literal killing begins. When they blocking you from certain things that pertains to you living, such as having a job or entering to these, a grocery store to buy food and water. You can't even do that unless you get that thing in certain parts of the world, which is going to reach its perfection here in America, Babylon the Great, man. But this is the beginning stages of them killing off the ones that's not worshiping the image of the beast. You separating them by not telling them, okay, you can't go in here then. You can't get no water no more now. You can't get no food. You can't have a job. You can't pay no more bill. You know what I mean? Till ultimately now you faced with a guillotine. In the name of health, so-called. You know what I mean? It said, and he cause of all. And that word cause. When you go into that word cause, it goes into an ordinance, a decree. Meaning what? This is actually going to be in law, pen and paper. That you actually have to get the thing. Not just this. This is just a prelude of what's really going to take place, man. See, this just the beginning, man. This ain't full. We still in preseason, man. Live bullets ain't coming yet. Till it is in your face, you know what I mean? So it said, and he calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. So no matter what status, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. See? So this is actually going to be a law. Like how you seeing now. The word mandatory, or the word required. And look for that word compulsory to be thrown around as well, which is all the same thing. It means get it or else, man, at the end of the day. And that's what we seeing. It said, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So you ain't gonna be able to abide in this society unless you got that thing, man. Which everything is centered around buying and selling. You going to work so you can buy more lights for the month or more water and, all the way down to getting gas and So we seeing it, man. And the ones that's ignoring it or taking it lightly, the Lord gonna get you, man. So yeah, I just hope that edify. I want to give all praise on it.